and thanks for tuning into this episode of Project Appleseed's monthly giveaway. I'm your host, Jim Delahanty, also known as Ghostring on the Project Appleseed forum. I'm a master instructor with Project Appleseed. And joining me today is my good friend, Jeff Yeager. He's known as Cleveland on the forum. Cleveland is also a master instructor, and he's the sitting national coordinator for the program. Welcome, Jeff. Thanks for joining us today.
Hey, Jim, it's great to see you. The great thing about these drawings is we get to talk more frequently than usual.
I know, it's kind of cool. Every month, it's a little special thing. So very nice.
Yeah, it's great hanging out with you.
All right. Our tech support today is being handled by our very own Ross Crutchfield. And Ross is the man in the booth today. He's one of our senior instructors. He goes by Roswell on the forum, and he gave us some nice little introductory music today. So that was very cool. Hey, Ross.
Hey guys, always happy to be here and always happy to help.
Thanks,
Very
Ross.
cool. Very cool. Thank you for the support, man. You're doing a great job. Also, our Deputy National Coordinator, Mrs. Smith, is in the comments section today fielding questions. Thank you, Tracy. And thanks to all of you viewers for taking time out of your busy schedule, taking time out of your weekend just to join us. We really do appreciate it. Now, before we get started with our drawing today, Jeff, do you have any news about Project Appleseed you'd like to share?
Yeah, Jim, I've got a few things. Coming up September 12 to 14, we have the muster at the home range in Ramseur, North Carolina. This is an opportunity where volunteers, anybody, even if you're not part of an Appleseed instructor, can come and help do some much needed maintenance and cleanup around the range. And that's going to get the range in tip-top shape for our rifleman boot camp, which is October 19 to 24. And then next weekend, actually, August 9 and 10, we're going to have a booth at the Gun Owners of America Leadership Conference in Knoxville, Tennessee. If you happen to be in the area, come by and see us. We're going to be at booth 1509. That's all I've got for you, Jim.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, thank you very much for sharing that. That's some good info. Here at Appleseed, we're all about marksmanship and we're all about history. And so today we're going to talk a little bit about Captain Samuel Whittemore. And I know that you've probably heard me talk about Captain Whittemore before. At the time, he's 80 years old, the oldest man on the field, and he survived, which is pretty amazing. Some crazy stuff. But I really want to bring up his obituary because this was a great man. And on 13th February, 1793, the Essex Journal and New Hampshire Packet published his obituary. You got to read this thing. It's amazing. So here it is. Died at Menotomy, 2nd February, Captain Samuel Whittemore, aged 99. The manly and moral virtues in all the various relations of brother, husband, father, and friend were invariably exhibited in this gentleman. He was not more remarkable for his longevity and his numerous descendants, his progeny being 185, one of which is the 5th generation, more than his patriotism. When the British troops marched to Lexington, he was then 81 years of age and one of the first on the parade. He was armed with a gun and a horse pistol, and after an animated exhortation to the collected militia, to the exertion of bravery and courage, he exclaimed, "If I can only be the instrument of killing one of my country's foes, I shall die in peace." The prayer of this venerable old man was heard, for on the return of the troops, he lay behind a stone wall, and discharging his gun, a soldier immediately fell. He then discharged his pistol and killed another, at which instant a bullet struck his face and shot away part of his cheekbone, on which a number of the soldiers ran to the wall and gorged their malice on his wounded head. They were heard to exclaim, "We've killed the old rebel." Now, about 4 hours later, he was found in a mangled situation. His head was covered with blood from the wounds of the bayonets, which were 6 or 8, but providentially none penetrated so far as to destroy him. His hat and clothes were shot through in many places, yet he survived to see the complete overthrow of his enemies and his country enjoy all the blessings of peace and independence. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the obituary of Samuel Whittemore.
Huzzah. Thanks, Jim. That was really good. I've never read that one.
Pretty cool stuff, I got to tell you. That's very true. All right, Roswell, do we have last month's winner available for us? Hello, Steve. Hey, I'd like to welcome you to our cast today.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, looks like I'm on mute.
There you go. You sound better now.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
All right, great to see you, man. Hey, where are you from, dude?
Outside Richmond, Virginia.
Richmond, Virginia. Cool. Did you have to travel a long way to get to your Appleseed event?
No, 45 minutes.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. Of course, I'm in Texas, so Texas traveling 2 hours. That's not bad. So
Yeah,
good
yeah.
for you. Was this your first Appleseed? Have you ever been to one before?
It was the first Appleseed I've been to. Yeah.
Very cool. Now I understand that you attended with your son. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah. One of my 3 boys I attended with. He's the one who's most interested in kind of shooting and shooting sports, target sports. So.
Very cool. Well, I got to ask, did you guys have fun?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, it was super informative, right? Both kind of from the historical perspective, but in all honesty, I've been shooting for a while, but and I don't consider myself an expert by any means, but I've been around guns for a while, and I've never used a GI uh, strap, and like that was super informative, and I learned a whole lot, and so did he. So that was pretty cool. The GI sling was just I never even knew that, so that was awesome. I had a sling on my weapon beforehand, wasn't a GI sling, and had never shot with one before, so it was really cool.
Very cool.
Awesome.
That is super awesome. Yeah, the GI sling, again, inexpensive. It's just you and that rifle and a sling, and man, you can steady that. Just amazing, really.
Yeah.
That's super cool. Do you have anything planned for your winnings? I mean, have you picked anything out or thought about stuff that
I just kind of heard about it recently, and I was bouncing around. I have a rifle that needs a new scope, so I was thinking about just getting a scope. Or my boys like to shoot a whole lot, so I was thinking about just a little boring, but just getting a whole bunch of ammo, and just having it around. So I don't have to
Dude,
stop.
that's not boring, dude.
That's not boring.
That is not
Great.
boring. More ammo, more good. That's
Yeah.
That's what I like to say. Very cool, dude. Hey, are you going to come to another Appleseed? I hope you do.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna bring. I have 3 boys, and I'll probably bring my next. I'll probably just kind of age up each one and bring my next one, and he's about a year or 2 older. So yeah, most
That is
definitely.
awesome. That is very awesome. Steve, man, it's great. Thank you so much for tuning in with us today. Thanks for talking about your experience at Appleseed. I'm glad you're going to come again. I hope I see you on the line sometime.
Yeah, very cool.
That'll be great. Okay, I'm going to have to pause my video for a moment to get the drum all set up, and Finley is going to help me with that. And I will be back in just a moment. So 1 second here.
So we're going to see who wins this month's $1,000 Palmetto State Armory gift card. Get to roll the drum here when we find Finley. I think Finley earlier was messing around with some of our technical stuff behind the scenes. So let's see if.
Yeah, sometimes it's tough with Finley. He's a goer for sure. All right, here we go. We've got 225 eligible entries for July in the drum, and Finley's helping us with this thing. Is it time to stop, Finley? I think it is. Here we go. All right. Okay, and our winning number today is 118. 118. There you go, Finley. All right. So who is that? Cleveland?
Clark C. from Minnesota. Clark C. from Minnesota, you're the winner of $1,000 Palmetto State Armory gift card. Huzzah.
Huzzah.
Very
Huzzah.
awesome.
Good job, man. That is very cool. So yeah, we'll get that to you pretty quickly. And let me start my video again because I got to get back in the library. All right, here we go. Fantastic, dude. Fantastic. Clark, good job, brother. And hey, I want to thank all of our viewers today for tuning in. It was a fun event. I love telling history, and I love being here, and we've got such a great crew. It's so neat to work with them. Thank you, Cleveland, and thank you, Roz, and thanks, Tracy, for being on the thing. And thank you, Steve, for tuning in, man. I really appreciate you joining us and your opinion on the program, and it's super cool. Yeah, we're going to definitely see you on the line.
Thank you, and thank you guys. Thank you for the program, and thank you, Palmetto State Armory. That's great.
Oh yeah, those
Thanks,
guys
Steve.
are fantastic.
Appreciate you taking time to join us.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right, I want to remind everybody that we're going to do this again next month on September 2nd, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central Time. And I want to wish you all a fantastic weekend, and goodbye. And hey, man, we'll see you on the line. Take care.
Good night, everybody. See you on the line.
Good night.